Welcome everybody. My name is Nadine Bader and I'm presenting results from a social behavior change study in India looking into enablers and barriers to good nutrition practices. Let me first briefly introduce our project. The GIZ Food and Nutrition Security Enhanced Resilience Project is part of the global special initiative One World No Hunger by the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, being implemented in several countries. The objective of the project in India is to improve the food and nutrition situation of 144,000 women of reproductive age and 30,000 small children from 6 to 23 months. The project is being implemented in central India in 2 districts of Madhya Pradesh. Before I'm coming to our behavior change approach and the study, I would like to give you a short overview on the nutrition situation in rural Madhya Pradesh. So more than 50% of women are anemic, around 20% of children below 5 years of age are wasted, and around 40% of children are stunted. So one of our main activities to promote behavior change towards improved nutrition and hygiene practices is to follow the participatory learning and action approach in nutrition trainings. These nutrition trainings are facilitated by so-called Anganwadi workers, which are frontline workers employed by the state government. They are conducting 20 trainings in 4 phases with women, starting from assessing the situation on food and nutrition, finding solutions to challenges, taking action, and reinforce these actions. These trainings are taking place once in a month, and the Anganwadi workers are using different tools and methods to actively engage women, for example, with cooking demonstrations, role plays, a lot of games with pictorial material. These frontline workers were capacitated by master trainers of our local NGO partner. These trainings are implemented since 2016, and so in 2018 we conducted a midline survey to look into the effect of these trainings. So we could see that the knowledge of women about the minimum dietary diversity is at 61.3%, but the actual MDD of women was only at 26.6%, and the same for children. So the knowledge among women of the minimum dietary diversity requirement for children was at 86.5%, while the actual MDD for children was only at 42.2%. So we saw that there is a knowledge action gap which we wanted to look deeper into. So we conducted this qualitative study looking into what are enablers and what are barriers to good nutrition practices, and also how to overcome the barriers and how to take advantage of enablers. For this, we conducted 15 focus group discussions separately with women, their husbands, and these Anganwadi workers. Then we did 8 semi-structured interviews with district officials, with some positive deviants, and also some persons from our NGO partners. And additionally, we did 14 observations of nutrition gardens, meal preparation, and the participatory nutrition trainings. We could identify 6 key barriers to behavior change. The first one was insufficient access to nutritious food due to low income, due to limited access to land, due to limited access to subsidized food grains provided by the government, and also seasonal migration due to climatic shocks. The second key barrier was lack of time. Here, one quote shared by a husband shall illustrate this. And Anganwadi workers say that food for the child should be made separately, but there is no time. Women go in the morning with us to cut the grass. After coming back, she cooks in a hurry. So due to this field work or wage labor and limited support by household members, women cannot find the time to properly prepare, for example, complementary food for their young children. Then another key barrier is the limited engagement of men. So here we saw that there is a clear perception of women and men roles in households, which illustrates the second quote. Women are responsible for meal preparation and feeding children. Men are responsible for bringing food from outside. So clearly here, the responsibility of men ends at the doorstep of the household. Another key barrier are the harmful traditional beliefs. For example, that a woman should not eat green leafy vegetables in the first months after her delivery because this could cause green stool for the child. Another key barrier are unsupportive social norms. For example, women should work hard during pregnancy, women should only eat after the other household members had their meals, and also that fathers should not express their positive emotions towards children. And last, some few women shared that they also lack knowledge due to the fact that they seasonally migrate and they cannot regularly attend the nutrition trainings. Coming to the opposite, to the other side, what are actually the enablers to behavior change? And here we could see it's access to income and nutritious food, for example, through income generating activities, but also through nutrition gardens and the proper access to this subsidized food grains by the government. Also, we could see through all focus group discussions that there's really a high motivation to ensure good child nutrition among women, husbands, and Anganwadi workers. Third key enabler is the help provided by household members. Some women shared in their cases that the husbands are supporting them in food preparation, in cooking, and also that mothers-in-laws are actively engaged and sharing the household responsibilities. Then women also shared that the know-how provided by Anganwadi workers in these nutrition trainings helped them a lot to understand and to also implement practices in their household. You can see an Anganwadi worker here in the picture in the pink sari. Another key enabler is women's decision-making power. For example, that women could decide what the men are buying at the local markets. So that could diversify the diet actually. And the last one is opinions and practices of other women. For example, positive deviants actually count a lot. So some women shared if the other women are sharing their good practices and examples and giving them tips that would actually help them. So recommendations are that we should review the material and the design of our participatory learning and action nutrition trainings, especially further engage men, also positive deviants in improving the family nutrition, also further build the capacity of Anganwadi workers and provide more support to vegetable production so that families have an increased access to nutritious food. And finally, to assess the extent of the identified barriers would be recommended. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'm looking forward for a discussion and your feedback and questions. Thank you.